Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Inshallah, we'll get started now. This is our lesson number 10, which is the last lesson for book number 3 of Madina Arabic. And after this, inshallah, next week, we'll start with the book number 4. And as again, this is just going to be a very fast-paced session uh, because we're just simply doing the revision of the lesson. The original lesson we did many months ago, and it's available on YouTube if anybody wants to review that. Now, for all of the attendees of this lesson in our class, I sent a link for the complete vocabulary for the book number 3 on Quizlet. So if you can go there are two methods to be able to complete that quiz. There are a total of 631 questions or vocabulary items or words or sentences. There are two methods. You can do it one lesson at a time, or another way is that you can just go in there and then I gave the exact method. You click on the blue button for the study, it will show you the test button. You click on test, and afterwards you enter the number of questions. It's very important when you click on that option for the test, it will show you 20 questions as a number 20. So you need to change that number manually to 631, and then click start test, and then only the overall number of questions will show up. Otherwise, it will only show the 20 questions from the entire book number 3. So inshallah, we'll get started now. I'll share my screen with you. Yeah, Brother Abdullah, I've added Sister Azumi's second number also.
Ustaz, are we going to complete the 630 in one sitting or?
This will be completed. Sorry, you're talking about the questions?
Yeah, the questions,
If
630
if
questions.
you do the 631 questions, then you'll have to do it in one setting. You cannot do it in two settings. If you do one lesson at a time, the
Thank you.
second
I
method.
appreciate this.
If you do second method, then you can do one lesson at a time. So I will
Okay.
recommend just take an hour, 2 hours, just do all of them at the same time. It'll be much easier.
Mhm.
That's my recommendation. But again, it's just up to you how you want to do this. But again, as I mentioned, do remember that I can see who has completed and who has not completed, and it is a requirement for anybody to go into the next session for the book number 4 to complete all of these questions before next Saturday. So you have full
All right.
week to complete this, inshallah.
Thank you.
Here is the slide for book number 3, lesson number 10. This is the last lesson, final lesson for the book number 3. Let's get started, inshallah. Darsu Ashir. First, the vocabulary. The first word is daiman, which is always. Ahyanan is sometimes. Marratan ukhra, which is once again. Ard or ardun is width. Masafa is the distance. Kilometer is the kilometer. A centimeter is centimeter. Mitrun is meter. Amila yamalu to work. Raka'a yarku to bow down in the prayer. Maktabun is office. Amilun is laborer, the day laborer. Thulun is length. Sajada yasjudu is to perform the sajda. Fa'ala yaf'alu is to do. Rakiba yarkabu is to ride. Baina is between. Bainahuma between them, meaning between the two of them. Now, all of these where you see Rakiba Yarkubu or Sajada Yasjudu, you see this A and U, A and A, I and A. These are the rules for Mudare, which we're going to mention during today's lesson, inshallah. Then how the Mudare actually will be used. Couple of rules. Namadi we already learned so far in the entire lessons that we have done so far. We have already only done the Madi, which is the past tense. So Kataba, Darasa, he wrote, he studied, Qatala, he killed. Al Mudare is the present future. So in Arabic language, you actually have just the present and future combined in one. So when you say yaktubu, it will mean he writes, can also mean he will write, and he can also mean he is writing. Yadrusu can be used for he studies, he will study, or he is studying, meaning that it can be used for present and the future. On the Amr, which is an imperative command, we will learn this in the book number 4. So the primarily in book number 3, lesson number 10, we'll try to go over the present future, inshallah. Now, the present tense of the Arabic verb has only three forms, as we know, al-madi, al-mudari, and amr. We've already learned the madi, and now you will learn the mudare. One of the four letters, ya, ta, alif, and noon, is prefixed to the verb. We have learned previously that the he wrote is kataba. Now he writes will be yaktubu. Now the yaktubu means he writes, he is writing, or he will write. That's why it is called as present future. Now it will get a little bit confusing. That's why I added that at that time when we were doing this lesson. That we learned that in most Arabic verbs have three letters, right? So ka, ta, ba, three letters. Darasa, three letters. In the Madi, the first letter has a fatha, meaning kataba. So you have the first letter is with a fatha. And in Mudare, it has a sukoon. You'll see this, how that it will actually be. It has a sukoon. The third radical has a fatha in the Mudare and a dhamma in the Mudare. The second letter radical may have any of the three vowels, fatha, kasra, or dhamma. And that's why that AI, AU, AA, that's why you were seeing all of those, at the end of those letters. We will learn this in a second, so don't get worried. So this is the first one. This is the first rule, which when you will see AU, meaning the sound will be A, U in the end, A or U. So you can see that the AU group, in this group, the second radical has an A sound, and in the Mudare, in the Madi, and the U in the Mudare. So for example, if you see the second letter is Ta, Kataba. So in the second letter, letter has a sound in the Madi, Kataba, meaning the Ta has a Fatha. And then in Mudare, the same second letter has a U sound, meaning a Dhamma. So yaktubu, yaktubu. But the first letter, as you can see, the kaf has a sukoon. It doesn't have any fatha, dhamma, or kasra. So it has a sukoon, yaktubu. Same thing, qatala, second letter has a fatha, and in the madi, mudare, it has the first letter has a sukoon, and the second letter has a u sound, like meaning it has a dhamma. Same thing, sajada, and then yasjudu. So that's the first group of how the mudare will actually work. So first group of how they pronounce, the words will be pronounced in this way, au. And then the second one is ai, very simple. The second letter has a fatha, meaning for the madi. So meaning the jalasa, so the lam has a fatha. The second letter in this one has a lam, and lam has a kasra. So I sound, E sound. So jalasa, yajlisu. Second letter, remember over here is lam, not jeem, because the first letter is basically used to be able to create the present future. So the jeem has a uh, sukoon over here. Same thing, daraba, ra has a fatha, and then over here ra has a kasra. And then ghasala, seen has a fatha, and seen over here in the mudare has a kasra. So fatha and then kasra over here. So that's why it is AI, meaning that the mudare has a for the second letter, and mudare has a E as a second letter sound. Then this one is meaning AA, or so zahaba. Then you will other fight side you will say yazhabu, meaning that both of them, mudare, and the madi, they both have the fatha on the second letter. So you can see the ha sound, zahaba and yazhabu. The second letter is a ha for both of them. That's why they both have the ha as the second letter has a fatha. This is the fourth group, which is IA, meaning the E and A sound. Meaning in the Madi will actually have a second letter with a kasra, and then the Mudare will have a fatha as a second letter. For Fahima, he understood. Yafhamu, he understands, he is understanding, or he will understand. Shariba, he drank. So there is a kasra on the ra, and then the fatha on the ra on the mudare. So Shariba, he drank. Yashribu, he drinks. He is drinking, or he will drink. And there is no rule to determine the group of a verb. This in the future, you will actually learn all of these by yourself. So whenever somebody says, how will you say, if you are asked in the Arabic, how will you say it to write? You will actually say kataba yaktubu. You will not say yaktubu. You'll say kataba yaktubu, and that's how you'll pronounce it. Couple of rules for the numbers, just a reminder. We'll just simply go through this very, very quickly because we have learned this many times during these sessions. So from 11 to 20, these numbers are compound, meaning that it has two parts, madud, singular, and mansoob, right? So it has two parts. Forget about the madud and mansoob part at this point. Just remember that it always has two parts. We already know that, for example, ahada ashara, tisata ashara. So this is called as compound, that you have two parts of the letter, two parts of the number. Now, if you look at there are three different ways on how these numbers are. The grammar rules are three, from 11 to 20. There is a rule for 11 to 12, 11 and 12, and then there is a rule for 13 to 19, and then of course Ishrun, which is the 20, is the separate rule by itself. So in this example, you can see that both parts agree with the ma'dud, meaning ashara and taliban and asharata talibatan. So in this case, 11, with this ashara part is feminine, and it is agreeing with the feminine part because it's a female student. And over here, ashara is a masculine, and it is agreeing with the male student, taliban. However, when you go to the number 13 to 19, it will change. So if you see over here, where did it go? So if you see over here, Salasata Ashara, it is agreeing with the Ashara is agreeing with this. However, the first part, which is the feminine part, is not agreeing with it anymore. So the number 13 to 19, the rule changes. The rule will change because the three number, meaning the from the 13, the digit three, that will not agree with the masculine noun, meaning the first letter for the 13, which is the salasata ashara, it will be in feminine form, and then the noun will be a masculine noun. If it is female students, then the first part will be masculine for the 3, and then the for the 13, and then the noun over here itself will be feminine also. So but asharata will remain the same, that does not change. Okay, this is simple, we've done this already. And of course, the last rule is Ishrun. So Ishrun is 20. And then we also learned in last lesson the ordinal numbers. So Awwalun, Salithun, Rabiun, Khamisun, Sadisun, right? So we learned on how to be pronounce this. And the pattern of those will always be Fa'ilun. The pattern will be on Fa'ilun. So for example, Awwalun, Rabiun, Khamisun, Sadisun. Now we'll start with the number 21 to 30. So the number 1 to 20, the two parts of the numbers are joined by a wa. The two parts of the numbers will be joined by a wa. Wahidun wa ishrun taliban. Wahidun wa ishrun talibun. Salasatun wa ishrun talibun. Arba'atun wa ishrun. Tisatu wa ishrun. Right? Arba'atu ishrun. Khamsatu ishrun. So all of these are the numbers that you actually use for 21 to 30. And then illa is used for except. For example, the tasiyatun illa rub'an, quarter to 9. Illa simply means except. For example, if you're saying Asaatul Wahidatu illa Ashra Daqaik, 10 minutes to 1. Daqaik is 1, 10 minutes to 1. Daqaik means minutes. Asatu Saniyatu illa Khamsa Daqaik, 5 minutes to 1. This is simply the time. The Asatu is simply reflecting that you're talking about the time. The numbers are over here. Asaniyatu illa khamsa daqaik. So remember just this part. Focus on the middle part. Al saniyatu illa khamsa. So you know that this you're talking about 2 over here and you're talking about 5 over here. So 5 minutes to 5. Asaatul khamisatu illa daqiqatun wahida. So 1 minute to 5. And again, remember the focus on the middle part. Al khamisatu illa daqiqa. La'alla means that it is a particle like inna. It is also we know this that we learned that it is also kind of called as the sisters of inna, and it acts like inna. So it signifies hope or fear. It can be used both ways. It can be used for fear. It can also be used for for hope. So al jawi jamilun, the weather is fine. La'alla al jawi jamilun, I hope the weather is fine. Now, in this case, you're actually having a hope. Now, when you're using it for the fear, you'll say, لَعَلَّ الْمُدَرِّسَ مَرِيضٌ. I'm afraid the teacher is sick. So, in this case, you're using it for the fear. Baina simply means between. The noun is in majroor because it is maduf. So, jalasa hamidun baina bilalun wa faisalin. So Bilal, Hamid sat between Bilal and Faisal. Jalasa Hamidun, Hamid sat Baina, between Bilalin wa Faisalin. Another one that we mentioned in the way, Haza Baini wa Bainaka. Haza Baini wa Bainaka. This is between you and me. All right, so let's start with our exercises now. The first one, this one we can do, Sister Mehreen. If you can start this one, please.
Sure, Bilal bhai. ذهب زكريا لزيارة حامد بعد صلاة الفجر. Uh, Zakaria went to see Hamid after the Fajr Salah. ولكنه ما وجده في البيت. Uh, but he did not find him in his house. فقال لابنه موسى. So he said to his son Musa, Aina abuka, where is your father? Musa ذهب إلى السوق. He went to the market. Zakaria يذهب إلى السوق كل يوم. Does he go to the market every day? كل يوم, every day. موسى نعم, yes. يذهب دائما إلى السوق بعد صلاة الفجر. Yes, he always go to the market after the Fajr Salah. Zakaria متى يرجع من السوق. When will he come back or return from the market? موسى يرجع في الساعة السابعة. He will return at الساعة السابعة 7 o'clock. وأحيانا في الساعة الثامنة. And sometimes at 8 o'clock.
Very good. You see the second last sentence when it says mata yarji'u. So mata yarji'u can be used for when will he return, when is he returning, and when he returns. So all
Yes,
three
yeah,
of them can be used for yarji'u. So I mean your
yeah.
translation was right. I'm just explaining the
Mudare part.
present future tense and how it actually works in Arabic. So yarji'u can be used for returns, he is returning, or he will return, and the
Yes.
meaning will remain the same.
Sure.
Right. So the next one. Let's continue, inshallah. Here's the translation for all of these. And here's the next one.
زكريا ماذا يفعل في البيت. ماذا, what does he do in the house? موسى يقرأ الصحف ويسمع الأخبار من الإذاعة. He reads yeah. He reads newspaper. He reads the newspaper and listens to the news on the radio. Uh, Zakaria mata yazhabu ilal masna. Uh, Masna is fac factory,
Factory.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah. When does he go to the factory? Musa yazhabu fi saati tasiyati wan nas. Yazhabu fi saati tasiyati. He goes at tasiyati 9:30.
Very good.
Wa mata yarji'u min hunaka yarji'u. And when does he return from hunaka from there? موسى يرجع في الساعة الواحدة والنصف أو الثانية. He returns at واحدة and ثانية 1:30 أو الثانية or 2 o'clock.
Very good. Here's the translation for all of these. Let's continue this one.
Sure. زكريا يذهب إلى المصنع مرة أخرى بعد الظهر. يذهب does he go to the factory إلى المصنع مرة once again after the Zohar Salah or Zohar prayer? No. لا يذهب بعد الظهر. He does not go after Zohar prayer. يجلس هنا. He sits here. في مكتبي بعد صلاة العصر. He sits here in his office after the Asr prayer.
Very good.
زكريا كم عاملا يعمل في مصنعكم. عاملا is laborer. How many laborers work in your factory?
Very good.
مصنعنا ليس بكبير. Our factory is not بكبير is not big. يعمل فيه مئة وخمسة وعشرون عاملا ومهندسان. يعمل فيه 25. Our 125 workers and وعاملا مهندسة and 2 engineers work here.
Very good.
زكريا الساعة الآن 9 إلى ربع وما رجع أبوك. الساعة الآن. It is 9:15 and your father has not returned. I
Yep.
think so.
It is now 9:15 because
It
the
is
word
now
al an
9:45.
was used in the middle.
Okay. Yeah. And your father has not returned. لعله موسى لعله يرجع اليوم متأخر. Musa, I'm afraid he will return late today.
Very good. That's exactly. Here's the translation for all of these. And the next one, what are we doing in the next one? Okay. So in the next exercise, this is for Brother Abdullah Saeed. So Abdullah Saeed, what you have to do here, you have to simply translate the questions first. Then I will give you the answer in English and you will translate that afterwards into Arabic. But first, translate all of these questions.
إن شاء الله. لزيارة من ذهب زكريا. Whom did Zakaria visit? متى ذهب? What time did he go?
Mhm.
أين يذهب حامد بعد صلاة الفجر? Where does Hamid go after Salat al-Fajr? Mata yarji'u min al-suq. What time does he return from the market? ماذا يفعل في البيت؟ ماذا يفعل في البيت؟ Um, what does he do in the house?
Very good.
Then متى يذهب إلى مصنعه? And what متى يذهب إلى مصنعه? When does he go to the factory?
Very good.
Mhm. كم كم عاملا يعمل مصنع في مصنعه? How, how many workers work in the factory?
Very good.
Hmm. One more.
There's one more.
كم مهندسا يعمل في مصنعه? How many engineers work in the factory?
Excellent work. So here's the translation for all of these. Now I will give you the answer for all of these questions that you see up in front of you. So the first one was Dhahaba. The first one was who Liliziyati man Zahaba Zakaria. Who did Zakaria go to see? The answer for this question is he went to see Hamid.
He went ذهب زيارة حامد.
Very good. The second one is Mata Zahaba. When did he go? The answer will be he went after the Fajr prayer.
ذهب بعد صلاة الفجر.
Very good. The next one is أين يذهب حامد بعد صلاة الفجر? Where did Hamid go after the Fajr Salah? The answer will be Hamid goes to the market after the Fajr Salah.
حامد ذهب إلى السوق بعد صلاة الفجر.
But the sentence will start with يذهب.
Oh, yes, have
يذهب
okay.
حامد.
It goes, okay.
Yeah. And then the next one is متى يرجع من السوق? When does he return from the market? The answer will be it's a difficult one. He returns at 7 o'clock and sometimes 8 o'clock.
يرجع بعد سبعة أم أو it's, تسعة
Nope,
ساعة.
this is 9.
Oh, ثمانية, right?
Samina.
ثامنة.
The Samaniya would be 2 o'clock.
Okay, ثامنة.
So the answer will be Yarjiu. He returns. His Sa'at is Sabiya. That he returns at 7 o'clock. And I
Okay.
said, and sometimes, the sometimes will translate into Ahyana.
أحيانا.
His
Okay.
Sa'at is Samina. Or sometimes 8 o'clock. Okay, so the next one question was Maza yaf'alu fil bayti? What does he do in the house? And the answer will be he reads newspaper and listens to the radio.
يقرأ الصحف ويسمع أخبار من الراديو
Iza.
إذاعة نعم.
Yep. Okay, the next question was Mata yazhabu ila al-masna'i? When does he go to the factory? And then the answer will be he goes at 9:30. 9:30.
يذهب في ساعة تاسعة والنصف.
One is very good. The eighth question was Kam amilan yamalu fi masna'i. How many laborers work in the factory? And the answer will be 125 workers work in the factory.
يعمل في في
Masna'i.
مصنع. Okay. مئة و 25 right 100 مئة
Hamsatu wa ishrun.
خمسة وعشرون and did you say 25
Yes, so you're done.
وخمسة how do you call it مئة وعشرون
Miyatun
وخمسة
wa khamsatun wa ishrun amilan.
خمسة وعشرون عاملا.
Very good. And then the last question was Kam muhandisan ya'malu fi masna'ihi. How many engineers work in the factory? It's a very simple answer. 2 engineers work in it.
مهندسان عمل في مصنعي.
Say it one more time, sorry.
I said مهندسان. Oh, how do you say? Okay, عمل في مصنع مهندسان.
Ya'malu.
يعمل. Okay, يعمل
Yeah.
في مصنع مهندسان.
Yeah, you can say amila, but it will be that they used to work, meaning that they worked in the past.
Okay, so يعمل. Can I simply say يعمل مهندسان?
Yeah, ya'malu muhandisan. 2 engineers work. But it will
Okay.
only say, when you say ya'malu muhandisan, it will mean 2 engineers work. But when you say ya'malu fihi muhandisan, that will mean 2 engineers work in it.
Okay, sure.
Here's the answer for all of the questions that I just asked. All right, so the next exercise will be for Brother Hafiz Muhammad Osama. And this one, what are we doing here? Let's see. Correct the following statements. Okay, it's simply first translate Sami what you see over here. There's something wrong in each of these sentences, not from a grammar perspective. It's actually from the story. There is something wrong, and I will tell you what is wrong afterwards. Once you correct this, then you can tell me what was wrong, and then I will tell you the sentence.
Hamidun ibn Musa. Hamid is a son of Musa.
So what's wrong in this story?
It's the other way around. Musa ibn Hamid.
Musa ibn Hamad. Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good. Next one.
يذهب حامد إلى السوق أحيانا. Hamid goes to the market sometimes.
Very good.
That false. يذهب حامد إلى السوق دائما.
Daiman.
Hamid goes to the market every day.
Excellent.
يذهب حامد إلى المصنع في الساعة 8:30. Hamid goes to the factory at 8:30. That's false. يذهب حامد إلى المصنع في الساعة 7:08. Hamid goes to the factory at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
Yep, that's fine. Next one.
يذهب حامد إلى المصنع بعد صلاة الظهر أيضا. Hamid goes to the factory after Salatul Zuhr sometimes. That's false.
Aidan. Somebody, this is Aidan.
Also, yeah, I also goes to the factory after Salatul Zuhr. That's false. يذهب حامدا. That's false. Hamid stays at home after Salatul Zuhr, so it would be يرجع حامد إلى المصنع بعد صلاة الظهر.
Yeah, he returns after Salat Zuhr. Very good.
Yeah, he returns after Salatul Zuhr. Do I have to also tell what does he do?
He sits in his office and reads newspaper
Yeah,
and
he
listens to
exactly.
radio.
Yeah. يجلس في المكتبة وقرأ newspaper وقرأ الصحف وأذاعة وقرأ أخباري, and then he listens to the newspaper. وسمع
سمع الأخبار.
سمع الأخبار في الإذاعة.
Okay.
And he reads the newspaper or he listens the news in the radio.
Very good.
يجلس في البيت بعد صلاة العصر. That's wrong. يجلس في البيت بعد صلاة الظهر. He sits. He sits in his. Actually, يجلس في المكتبة بعد صلاة الظهر.
Very good. Yeah, he sits in his office, not in the house.
Yeah, he sits in his office, and there are like two wrong things in this one. The first thing is fil baiti. It's like it should be fil maktabati, and
Maktabati.
ba'da salat asri it should be ba'da salat zuhri.
No, he sits after Salatul Asr.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Masna'u Hamidin Kabir. The fact Hamid's factory is huge. That's wrong. Mas Masna'u Hamidin Saghirun or Saghir. Hamid's factory is small.
Very good. Very good. You answered it correctly. The book said a little bit different sentence, but your answer was 100% right. For example, the
Okay.
book said Masnahu laysa bikabirin. The factory is not big, which means the factory is small. So your answer was right also.
Okay.
All right. So the next exercise, what are we doing here?
Hmm.
1 second.
So
Okay. In this one, we're simply translating Usama bhai.
okay. ذهب علي إلى المدرسة أمس. Ali went to the school yesterday.
Mhm.
قرأ إسماعيل القرآن. Ismail recited the Quran. غسل الرجل سيارته. The man washed his car.
Very good.
And then the al-mudari form would be, the present or future form would be يذهب علي إلى المدرسة كل يوم. Ali went to the school every day. Ali goes to school every day.
Very good.
يقرأ إسماعيل القرآن بعد صلاة الفجر كل يوم. Ismail recites the Quran after Salat al-Fajr every day. يغسل الرجل سيارة كل أسبوع. The man washes his car every week.
Excellent work.
If you would have said Kulla Yawmin, I was like, what man is that?
Now you can get the unlimited car wash and then wash it every day.
I believe this is hand washing.
No, you're right.
Excellent.
I have another joke, but I can't say it right now.
I know what you mean.
Okay. This is the next one. This next one is for, what are we doing? Oh, this is very interesting. Okay. So this one, Sister Azumi, this is for you. So just simply change the Madi into Mudare and then also translate. And
Okay.
here's the exercise.
Okay. Bismillah. Kataba. Yaktubu. He wrote. He writes. Dakhala. Yak.
Yajlisu.
Yadkhulu. He entered. He enters. Haraja. Yaharuju. He went. And he returns. And then he returned and he returns.
Mm-hmm.
Sajada. He bowed.
Yeah, and you can only mention the present future in English. You don't have to do the past tense.
Okay. So I should do the present future only.
Yeah, just the translation.
Okay. Yes, Judu. He bows.
Mm-hmm.
Yaakulu. He is.
يقتل, he kills. يجلس, جلس, he sits. يغسل, he washes.
يغسل.
يغسل, he washes. يرجع, رجع, he returns. And then ينزل, this one, Nazala. Please, what is Nazala?
It came down.
He descends.
Yep.
He descends, or
It descends.
yeah, he descends. Kasara, he yaksilu, he breaks. Then
Yadribu, very good.
Yadribu, he beats. And then number 3, Habu. Yarkabu, Yarkau, Raka. Raka, he performs Raka. Yarfa'u, he raises. Yarfa'u, he raises. Then Yaf'alu, Fa'ala, Fa'ala,
he does.
Fa'ala, he does. Okay. Yes, Halu, he asks. Yaftahu, Fataha, he opens. Fahima, Yafhamu, he understands. Naibu, Yal Abu, he plays. Yahafazu, he memorizes. Yes, Rabu, he drinks.
Very good.
And then Yarkabu, he writes.
He writes. Excellent work. And here's the translation and then the actual words. Now, I just want to correct you for one thing. When you said sajada yasjudu, you said he bows down. That will be he prostrates. Because bows down will be yarkau. So the yarkau is bows down. And yasjudu will be that he prostrates.
Prostrate, okay.
Yeah. Other than that, excellent work. It was really good. All right. So the next one, what are we doing here? Okay. So in this one, we're simply adding a mudare, a word that will be mudare to complete this sentence. And this one will be for Sister Naila. Sister Naila, if you can complete this one. I can tell you the word if you are confused, but what word will come over here, but then you have to translate the overall sentence. So the first sentence has a mudare word for going.
Assalamualaikum. يذهب أبي إلى السوق كل صباح. My father goes to the market every morning. متى يرجع أبوك من المصنع? What time or when does your father return from the factory? يشرب أحمد القهوة ويشرب يوسف الشاي. Ahmad drinks tea and Ahmad drink coffee and Yusuf drinks chai. Sorry. He أخي أخي يقرأ, right?
Very good.
يا أخي, my brother read يا أخي يقرأ الصحف. My brother reads the newspaper. و ويسمع الأخبار من الإذاعة كل صباح, and he listens to the news on the radio every morning.
Very good.
المدرس يكتب المدرس على السبورة.
يكتب.
sorry, يكتب المدرس على السبورة. The teacher writes on the writing board. Okay. يغسل هشام وجه هشام. I don't. There is هشام. يغسل هشام وجهه بالصابون. Hisham washes his face with the soap. And okay, يخرج المدير من المدرسة في الساعة الثانية. The principal or the director left from the school at 8 o'clock.
This is Sania.
Sanya, sorry, at 2 o'clock, sorry.
Very good. Excellent work. Here is the translation for all of these. In the next exercise, this is exercise 7. What are we doing here? Oh, we're simply translating these. It's very easy. So how do I do this? One second. I'm gonna make it a little bit. All right, I think we'll just go like this. So the next one is for Sister Mehwish. Sister Mehwish, if you can simply translate these. I know it's very easy because already written on the page. Let's try to do it.
بسم الله. 21 طالبا, 21 students. 22 طالبا, 22 students. 23 طالبا, 23 students. 24 طالبا,
Arba'atun wa ishrun. So there is a wa in the middle.
24 طالبا, 24 students. 25 طالبا, 25 students. 26 طالبا, 26 students. 27 طالبا, 27 students. 28 طالبا, 28 students. 29 طالبا, 29 students. 30 طالبا, 30 students.
Now I'm going to ask you a question. Look at the screen. There's one mistake in this entire thing. There's a mistake. Anybody recognizes the mistake? Who can tell me the mistake here?
Missing the wow.
No.
Ishruna.
No. It's a very silly mistake, by the way. Anybody recognizes the mistake?
Every one of these have Taliban in the end.
No. It's a very silly mistake. The number 26 is written as 36. Look at this number.
Okay,
right here. The
Oh.
26 was written as 36. So let me just correct this. 1 second. How do I do this? Okay, forget it. I'll just do it later on. Here's the translation for all of these. That was the only mistake that they wrote. The book actually copy pasted from the book, so it's written as this. All right, so the next one is exercise number 8. What are we doing here? Okay, this is also very simple. The next one will be for Sister Amina Zaid. Sister Amina Zaid, this is for you. And you simply have to translate the sentence and along with the number that is mentioned in Arabic. So, here you go. Ramazan, we can't hear you. I know you're unmuted, but we can't hear you though. Let's give a couple of more seconds. We still cannot hear you. I know I can see that you're unmuted, but we can't hear you. Okay. So we'll move to Sister Kiran. Sister Kiran, if you can do this one, we simply translate the sentence and then also change the number that you see into the Arabic number.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम फिर शाहरी मैं इसको डायरेक्ट कर दूं अरबिक में
Yeah, that's fine.
ओके फिर शाहरी तिसअतुन व इशरून أو सलासून यौमन
Very
the
good.
month has 29 or 30 days في هذه الحافلة خمسة وعشرون راكبا this bus has 25 passengers in it
Very good.
جاء اليوم اثنان وعشرون طالبا جديدا 22 جاء اليوم 22 new students came today
Very good.
في هذا الكتاب واحد 21 واحد وعشرون درسا this book has 21 lessons in it هذا الملعب طوله ثمانية وعشرون مترا وعرضه 24 وعشرون this playground is 28 meters long and 24 meters wide
Very good.
كم كيلومترا مسافة بين المدينة والمطار المسافة بينهما 23 23 كيلومتر how many kilometers is the distance between the city and the airport the distance between them is 23 kilometers
Very good.
هذا الدفتر طوله 27 سنتيمتر this desk is دفتر mean I think a notebook
You can say desk actually over here.
okay this desk is 27 centimeters long
Very good. Excellent work. And here's the translation for all of these. By the way, you were right. Daftarun can be used for the notebook and also can be used for desk.
okay
Here's the answer for all of these. And here's the last exercise for this book. And what are we doing here? Oh, this is a simple translation. Okay. This is simply translation for all of these words. And this one will be by who is not done yet. Sister Aminazad, you want to try one more time?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. ذهبت إلى المدرسة اليوم مبكرا ورجعت إلى البيت متأخرا. I went to the school today early and I returned to the home late. ذهبت الطبيبة اليوم إلى المستشفى مبكرا. The doctor went to the hospital early today.
Very good. I just have one question for Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman, tell me the meaning of mubakkiran and mutaakhiran. This is for Abdurrahman.
Mubakkiran and mutaakhiran. So
Try it very quickly. If you don't know, it's okay. Just say it. So I don't know. It's okay. I'll tell you.
is it like big, maybe? Mubakkiran.
So mubakkiran will be early. Mutaakhiran will be late.
Late.
Yeah. Mubakkiran is early and mutaakhiran is late. All right. Here's where actually we finish our overall book. And as I mentioned before, uh, Alhamdulillah, the revision is completed. I was actually myself very getting tired of the revision. So inshallah, next week we'll start the book number 4. And everyone who's attending the lessons, it is required that you guys all complete those 631 questions. So you have all of those lessons. And I'll show you actually how, if somebody was confused on how to do this. So I'll show you my screen so you can see how it's done. So I'll share my screen with you. A second. This is the second method. First method was very, very easy. You can just do one lesson at a time, but I would say that just go through the whole thing all at once. So it will be much easier for you. So for example, you go in this Google, you enter your browser, enter the address. So I've given the address here. This is the shortcut of the address. When you click over here, it will open the quiz. It will actually open the entire book, the full book number 3 over here. So you can see all of it. If you want to do one at a time, it's very easy. You just click over here, right? Or you click on the over here, and then you can select test afterwards, right? You can select test, but you saw what happened when in the beginning, right? So it has total of 72 questions. Just remember that, okay? So I'll go back one more time. So the first book number 3, lesson 1 has 72 items. So just remember this part. It's very important for you to remember this. You click on this, and then you click on test over here. When you'll click test, it will show you this one, right? The screen. Over here, you have to actually enter 71 manually. Enter 71 manually and then click on start test. That's how it will start. So I'll go back, I'll show you one more time, another test. For example, we do lesson number 2. You click on lesson number 2, then you click on test, and this one had, I think, I don't remember exactly how many it was. So whatever the number was, so whatever the number is, for example, I put over here 160, right? Actually, it has 73 maximum. So whatever the number I'll mention, actually, you know what? Try to put 1,000. So the moment you will put 1,000, it will change into whatever the maximum number of questions are. And if you want to combine all of them together, if you want to do all of these together, then what you can do, you can click on this study button. Click on study, then click on test right here. You'll see the test button over here. And then it will open the entire test and put over here 631 questions. And then click start test. Don't make any other changes over here. Just put click start test. It will start the overall test for you. Everybody understands that? Anybody who did not understand, please let me know. I can do it one more time.
Can you pull it up one more time?
Say that again, Subhan, brother.
Can you pull it up one more time?
Okay, sure. So this is to be able to do all these again together. Okay. So when you enter that address, when you click on the link that I sent in the chat in WhatsApp, it will open this page. If you want to do all 631 questions together from all of these, all of these combined is equal to 631 questions. So if you want to, give me one second, let me just put this on this side. If you want to do all of them together, click on this study button. You see this blue study button? Click on this study button, and the moment you'll do this, it will open a screen like this, which will show flashcards, learn, test, match, and write. You have to click on the test option. Click on test. It will try to open this, and then it will give you this screen, which will ask you how many questions do you want to do right now. If you want to, because you're doing all of them combined right now, you will enter 631 because the total questions are 631. Then you'll click at the bottom over here that says start test. And whether Subhan, you can't do it, by the way, I'll have to add you to this. You'll have to send me your Gmail address on my WhatsApp. Okay. So you have to send me your WhatsApp, your Gmail address. I can add you as a student. Only then you can do it like this. Everybody else is older students, so they can all do this very easily. Everybody understand that now? Anybody who did not understand, please let me know right now. Because you have to do this before next Saturday. And as quickly as you can do, the better it is for you. So don't wait until last minute. If anybody has any questions, if you didn't understand, please just do let me know. And I can explain this one more time. Abdurrahman, you didn't understand? You raise your hand again. Okay. So hopefully
Well,
everybody.
I was saying like that you have two links on WhatsApp, right?
They're both the same link.
Excuse me, you have two links.
They're both same links, Abdurrahman. They're exactly the same link.
Okay.
But one of the link is
Okay.
will take you to one page that you can do one exam at a time. The second link is the same thing, but it has some steps that are showed to you that you have to click on study, then enter the questions for 631. It will give you all the 631 questions. Okay, so if anybody didn't understand, just let me know on WhatsApp, and I'll gladly be able to help you. But again, remember that we must do this moving forward by before next Saturday, because I can see everybody who has done the test. And Brother Subhan, please send me your Gmail address. I will add you as a student, and then you will actually need to add yourself as a student as well. You'll have to accept the invitation afterwards. So if nothing else at this point, Jazakal Khair, and then we'll inshallah meet next week with the book number 4. And moving forward, we'll have a quiz for this every week. So you'll have to see this quiz, and then what I will do, what I've thought about, this is an idea that I have, that we will do the quiz after every lesson, and then after all the books are finished, we will do the combined quiz just like we're doing right now. That way we don't have to do the revision of those books. We'll simply do a large 700 question quiz, and then we can move on to the book number 5. If everybody agrees with it, hopefully that it will work for everybody. If you don't like it, just let me know. We can change the course of our action. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.